Hey, my Renaissance men and women. Today we're going to do this from indoors. It's been raining for the past few days here in British Columbia, just downpouring every day, so didn't get a chance to get out in nature much in the past few days. So I'm just going to throw this audio on top of some video that I've made over the past year or so, just out enjoying nature and such. Today I have an important message to share for my subscribers as well as the facts by How to Hunt subscribers. And by the way, I want to thank all the people that have came from the Facts How to Hunt channel over to mine. I want to thank these people. This is a great group of people that Steve Isdahl has surrounding him and following and subscribing his platform. These people are filled with information to share on this topic. These people are so knowledgeable about so many different subjects, including Sasquatch. It just blows my mind. I answer all my comments, so it's a pleasure to chat with a lot of you guys. So thanks again for coming on over to my channel. We got lots of content coming up. Like I said, the Yuri Creek Sasquatch video is in the works. That will be happening this spring. Today is the first day of spring, so about 3 weeks from now we will be up the Yuri Creek Road camping out there for 2 to 3 nights. I'm going to bring a good buddy of mine. It's going to be me and him. We're going to bring minimal supplies, probably just our sleeping bags and some hammocks and just some good recording gear and lighting, and we're going to see what happens out there. I am aware that these people in this area have been known to be aggressive, so we're going to keep that in mind. We're going to use our sixth sense to the best of our abilities. We're going to do a quick meditation before we go in there. We're going to let them know that we're not there to cause any harm. We're going to be in touch with nature. We're just going to lay it all out for them, what our intentions are before we enter their home. And we're going to be as cautious as possible and try to stay as safe as possible while we're out there. So stay tuned for that, guys. This is going to be probably one of the best videos that I've ever put out. And can't wait to show you guys what we see and what we find and what our experiences are out there. Another note here, I've recently been like shadow banned or something from Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as well. So YouTube's not showing my videos to my subscribers. So if you can, please hit that bell. You may even have to go into the advanced settings. I'm sorry to have to make people go through all that crap to go into the advanced settings and hit the reminder notification and all that stuff. I know it's very annoying to do, but I really would appreciate if you guys could go through all that, because I am being shadow banned. I don't know if it's because of speaking up about the Sasquatch topic or if it's about other things I've been sharing on my Instagram, but clearly all my content is not being shown anymore. It used to be seen by thousands of people. Now it's seen by a handful of people. It's very obvious, and I'm trying to figure out how to get un-shadow banned. I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to share my thoughts and facts and knowledge about different subjects. I gotta figure out a different way to share that without the algorithm, I guess, picking up on it. So sorry for the hassle. If you guys can do that, that would be awesome. So here's the important message. So a man contacted me in the comments of one of my videos. He has an important message to share with the people, I guess, of the round table of knowledge, you could call it. And he has made me an offer of some teachings that he would like to guide me through. So I'm going to read his comment, and I'm going to read my response email to his comment. After that, we are going to watch a video from his channel. We won't be watching the video, we'll just be listening to the audio on top of some of my video. Okay, so here we go with his comment. His name is Sehing Francis. I'm going to share his name because his name is public and he wants to get his word out, so I don't see any problem with sharing his name. I think it's Sehing, S-E-H-I-N-G, Francis. This is what he wrote to me. I was wondering if you would be game to do this. I would like you to go and spend 2 nights in the area doing things as I will coach you via email. I've been doing this work for 48 years. I love Steve's channel. He's definitely a great guy, doing amazing work to help people. I can tell you have a good heart and a very respectful attitude. I am Native American too, and I've trained an entire lifetime for this work. I've learned much that most haven't got a clue. I will teach you things that will keep you safe, provided you do what I say. Doing it will prove it as being the best way and only way to do this. Are you game? You can film it and put it on your channel as long as you give me the credit for my part in helping you. This is a free offering as a gift for the respect that you have for the wilderness and indigenous people. I will teach you the language for interacting with them. It won't be anything you've ever heard before, as most of the ideas that people have about these people are completely wrong. It won't take more than a handful of emails to do this. My gift is free. My channel is to inform the public and to put pressure on governments of Canada and America to return these people's lands to them and reinstate their treaties that were given to them by these countries back in the 1800s. I don't get money for what I do. Money doesn't mean a damn thing to me, except that there's never enough of it. And most of what costs the most is crap, and at least when it comes to providing gear for this work. You are the first person I've offered this to who has had the proper attitude and goodness that I think might be able to pull it off. Sing Francis Windragon School at gmail.com is his email, and here is my email back to him. Okay, before I read my email back, I need to let you know that I did go to this man's channel. I watched all of his videos. So if you're not understanding what I'm talking about, the First Nations people and the proper name for Sasquatch and stuff, it's because you haven't heard his video yet, but we will get to that at the end here. Okay, my name is Jason, aka RenaissanceMan channel. I just read your comment and watched all your videos on your channel. I much appreciate you and your vision of what you would like governments to do for the First Nations. I also want to thank you for clarifying what I've been telling people forever. These people are the First Nations to this planet. As far as I know, we are alien to them and probably to this planet. The name you said in your videos for them, what is the proper name again? I will continue to call them Sasquatch to most, as well as for the titles of my videos, but personally, I have the utmost respect for them and everything in nature, and if I'm calling them something disrespectful, I would stop in a minute. Until we get their true name more widely known, I will have to refer to them as Sasquatch to the general public. I'm very humbled by your words and offer, very intrigued and interested as well. I've known about these people my entire life, and I'm honestly not sure how or why I knew of their existence in my early childhood. I was made fun often for speaking about them when I was a kid. I'm originally from Nova Scotia. I've always spent a lot of time in the forest by myself, and I do recall many times hearing people talking in the distance, but I could never make out what they were saying. It wasn't until 10 years ago when I moved to British Columbia, Canada, that I realized I was 100% right about them the whole time. I spend every minute in the forest when I can. Unfortunately, yes, I need money to survive in this crazed society, so I have to work full time. When I'm not working, I am in nature enjoying. I need to ask you something. Why do you think these people let me know they are around almost every time I'm in nature? Since living in the Pacific Northwest, probably 70 to 80% of the time I go into nature, they are there. Have they just always been there, or am I just more aware now the older I get? Or are they trying to communicate? I've heard many whoops, grunts, and yells. It was when I was camping with a friend, and one of them was about 10 feet from us speaking to another that was off in the distance. We didn't see him or her, but they were very close, like I said, 10 feet. It was total darkness except for the campfire. Me and my friend were practically frozen to our chair. It was at this time I realized these beings have a complete language, and they are way more complex than we all know. I'll tell you more about that story later on. If you haven't realized by now, I am interested in your offer. As long as I can trust you'll never put me and my family in danger with these people. I feel you are a great person just from what I've seen and heard from you. But I have to say, trust is never given up easily with me. I have lots more to discuss. Where are you from? US, I'm imagining. Also, your video, the 10-minute one, this needs to be heard by many more people. Later on, I can promote your channel after some teachings. Do you mind if I use the audio to your video to put in one of my videos? I will leave the links to your channel and give you the credit you deserve. Anyway, get back to me. Cheers for now, and thank you so much. Okay, that's my response back. Sehing, if you hear this or watch this video, get back to me. I am kind of just wondering what happened, why you're not responding. Did something happen to you, or are you okay? Just if anybody knows anything about this man, let me know in the comments. Just trying to get in touch with him to get see what's going on, see if we're gonna make this happen or not. Okay, now we're gonna hear Sehing's audio from his video. Gonna hear the words from the man himself. You need to know there is a bit of background noise in the back. It's him teaching one of his students, I guess, the whatever martial art that he does. I know he's a master in some type of martial art. I'm not sure the exact one, but once we hear from the man, we'll learn more about him and what martial art he studies and everything we can about Sehing. So here's his video. Enjoy.
As a child, I was a warrior. It has always been those times in which I've chosen to decide to live as a warrior that I've somehow squeaked by into the next miracle. I owe all that I am to this over 45 years in the Budgetkhan and in traditional martial arts many years before that. The School of the Wind Dragon is not a business, not a temple, not a way, not a religion. We are a tradition lived. We provide a specially designed environment for martial artists to grow. You need not be perfect, but if true goodness isn't in you, stay away. It would not be a good fit for you. Come and forge your power if you dare. The purpose of the channel is simply to attract enough attention to get the public pressure to become enough that the federal government steps up and does the right thing. There was a treaty given to what everybody is calling nowadays Sabe or Bigfoot or Sasquatch, inappropriately. They are not that. They are not monkeys, they are not apes, they are people. We knew that way back at the end of the Civil War and way prior to that. They were the first people on this continent. That's why they're called the First Nations people. They were given a treaty by President Andrew Jackson in the 1800s. It was the largest land grant given any Indian tribe. We had a problem in those days. We had two colonies, one down in Salem, Oregon, the other up in Seattle, Washington. President Jackson had a national security problem because Benjamin Franklin had gone overseas with his printing press and printed billions of dollars in counterfeit money with no gold reserves and nothing to back it up. But he thought he had an ace in his sleeve because the tactic of the white man has always been give a treaty, steal the land. And gold had been discovered on the Sioux Nation's lands, and it was laying all over the ground, and you could pick it up by the bushelsfuls. You didn't have to do any digging, mining, panning, or any of that stuff. So he gave the treaty, and in the treaty it names the people as an indigenous people called the First Nations Siletic people. They are quite unusual. They are very powerful. They could inadvertently shove a finger completely through you out of curiosity. Each Siletic was capable of picking up an 800-pound block of pyroplast and carrying it to wherever you wanted. They had built the Northwest Passage Trail so that the Indians and fur traders and so forth could trade back and forth. We wanted that gold reserve so that we'd have a Federal Reserve so our creditors would no longer be on our case, and supply the colonies. They were starving out. The tribes made a huge mistake in welcoming the white man and keeping the white man alive at Plymouth Rock and all the other times the Indians helped. No Indian ever broke any treaty. They were all broken by the white man. The way it was broken is the white man, President Andrew Jackson, whom the Indians hated. I don't know why. As a child, I grew up admiring the man because he was a great Civil War general, but I found out later why. He leaked the information to newspapers that the gold was in the Dakota Hills, and the white people rushed in and broke the treaty, and martial law was enacted, and he seized the land. A big war broke out between the Sioux Nation and the Siletics. The Sioux Nation got its ass kicked and then banded together and took about 4 years to band with the Arapaho for their trackers and the Cheyenne for their horsemen, and drove the Siletics deep into the canyons and caverns and lava tubes and worm floors of Mount St. Helens and Mount Adams and up into Canada. And they became nomadic, and they're still being harassed today. This is a much covered up and ignored tragedy. I want their federal lands returned to them. I want the treaty restored and them federally protected so that people will stop doing ignorant things that are not safe in the woods. I live by the Budgetkhan Motto, which is very important to us. It's one of the only martial arts that has a real motto. It goes like this: everywhere I am, everybody is just a little bit safer. Every time I return home, I'm greeted by smiling faces. It's a better life. This motto was given to the Budgetkhan ninjas because a man by the name of Humphreys in World War II undertook to handle the invasion of Iwo Jima. That was a mountain fortress where the ninjas were located, and they were the most awesome fighting force that Japan had. They were starving out, but they handed MacArthur his ass, and he had to go home and spend about 8 years regrouping and retraining, and then finally invaded and conquered the island. It was a terrible battle. MacArthur turned the repatriation effort over to a man by the name of Humphreys, who was the general that led that invasion. He was so impressed with the Budgetkhan that he trained with them for many years, became a Godan, that's 5th degree black belt like I am, and he was made a national treasure. And they asked him to give them a motto, and he gave them that. So that's my purpose in the channel, is to try to get this madness stopped. They are not Sabe. Sabe is not even an Indian word, really. It would mean great friend. I don't think that any Indian would want to call these people great friends. They're wild people. They have a language. We don't give treaties to animals. We give treaties to people. And there are just many people doing idiot things out there. Nobody speaks that language. They don't know the language, and the language has been lost by the Siletics to some degree. To go in the woods and wood knock and make hoops and make noises that in no way duplicate the sound of the resonant chamber that's in the head of a Sasquatch, all those channels and so forth there. That's a massive skull. We can't duplicate that sound, and we don't know what it means. It's just lunacy what people are doing. Sabe came from the old television show of the Lone Ranger and Tonto. So quit calling them that, folks. They are the Silitic people, and they are greatly respected, but you don't want to mess with them. Stay out of the woods until you got some training and know what to do. There will be no instructions given on my channel regarding martial arts practice or tracking. I will simply be demonstrating things, and there are lessons in the stories that I will be telling you as the channel progresses. That's it.
As Steve Isdahl would say, that's a pretty good missing piece of the puzzle, I would say. It clarifies quite a few things for me, makes a lot of sense. I feel Sehing is a honest, truthful person, and we should all try to help this man out and see what we can do to spread this word. And I'll leave Sehing's channel link in the description. You guys can watch his original video of this. He does have a channel. I'm not sure where he's going with the channel. He hasn't really posted many videos, but he contacted me, and I'm going to help share this with you guys, and hopefully you guys share it along. Maybe try to pass it on to Steve, or do whatever you want to do with it. And Sehing, if you're watching, get a hold of me in my email. You got my email. If anybody hears from this man again, let me know in the comments, and let's try to track him down and get things rolling here. First off, let's just make sure he's okay, and then we'll go from there. That's it for this video. Cheers for now, guys.